Good. So here we are. IAM, you know, guys, how to find IAM, right? Here, right? So once you're in IAM, you click on users. So you're in the dashboard. You have either users here or users here, whatever you want to do. So you click on the user that you want to add MFA to, or enable MFA for. So you click here, and then once you are the user, you're gonna click on security credentials, right? Now in security credentials, you have this called assign MFA device, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and click on manage because this one doesn't have an assign. Manage, and then you're going to select a virtual MFA device. Now, I recommend Google Authenticator, right? So you can choose any authenticator you want. I recommend that one. If you agree with me, you can go ahead and download it from the Apple Store or from Google Play. Download the Google Authenticator.
This is a good
The
one.
Google Authenticator looks like this, right? The application has this icon here, right? That's what it looks like. Okay. Now, once you have that, right, then you can go ahead and click continue. When you click continue, you would take a picture of that, right? Take a picture of that, open your camera from your phone, take a picture, and that will connect with Google Authenticator, right, in your phone. So I will take a picture, but first you have to show the QR code, okay? You click on that, show it, just keep it there in front of your screen and it will open the authenticator automatically. You don't have to take a picture, okay? And then it will tell you add token. Do you want to add the token name, whatever user, add training that session? Right? That's the alias that I have for my user. So I say yes, and then once it's added, I'll have a code that I have to enter here. So I'm going to enter the code once, wait for the authenticator to reset, and then it will show me another code, and I put it here. Okay, so I'm going to put the first code, A97135. I'm going to wait for the second one. Right, it takes about more or less like 10 seconds in between codes. Maybe 15 seconds, more or less. And then it's coming for the second code. So I go ahead and say 108 A42, and then I assign MFA, and my phone is connected with my account. Okay. So now MFA has been assigned, and now I can go ahead and go back to the dashboard. And guys, I saw this training session that you see there. That's my alias, right? That's my alias. I can change the alias here if I want to. I can put anything I want here. But that's going to be your, it's going to be user at training that session. Okay. So if I want, right now I'm signed in as Dunia Escritano, but if I want to sign in as the trainer, I can go ahead here and copy this URL here, right, in the dashboard, this URL, and log out. Sign out here. And then I can paste that URL, and it will say already the alias. The user is going to be trainer, right? And then here I put my password. So I'm signing in as an IAM user that is an administrator. I'm not using my root account anymore. Now I'm going to have an extra step, which is the multi-factor authentication. It's a little annoying when you have to log in many times, but that's the way it works, right? So now I have to supply, just to provide the code that I have here, which is unique for my phone. Then I log in. So it's an extra step for your account. Very important for your exam, right? What is the extra layer for security for your console? MFA. Okay. Very important.
And Professor, the MFA can be applied only for the IAM, not for the root user, right?
For the root user as well.
You can do
So
it for the root user as well.
in fact, that is the best practice. Enable MFA for every single user in your account, including the root user, right? So that's the one that should have it more than the other ones, because that's the one that has all the power and all the privileges, right? That's the first one that should have it. I had it before, but I removed it because I had to log in many times, you know, and that's annoying. It gets annoying, right? Now, as you can see here, trainer add session at training that session, okay? My username, the IAM user, and the alias, right? That's how it shows that. Now trainer has a serial, okay? But I wonder.
Professor.
Okay.
Professor.
Yes, I'm listening.
Oh, hey. Oh, sorry. This might be a dumb question, but like, does the code like go to like if it's another user, like, you know, that like you've created, where does the MFA code get sent to? Like if it's only connected to your device as the root user, you know what I mean?
Yes, not the root user. Once you enable MFA, it will be in your phone in the Google Authenticator.
So like if you're like another user, like let's say you're creating it for like a company or something, and do other users, you know, who aren't the root user, do they have to
Correct,
like, you know, connect their phones too and do that whole process?
correct. Everyone.
Gotcha.
In your phone, you can have several users. If you create 20 users in your account, you're the account owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you will do that for every single user. So you're going to have a bunch of users in your phone. But every person should do it in their phones. Their access, they should have access. And one of the best practices for administrators you have to enforce is not something that I tell you, hey, do it. No, you have to enforce it for every single user, right? If you want to protect your account as the root account. So you have to enforce, it says here, you see, virtual MFA. You have to enforce MFA.
Okay, so they basically get their own little code on their own little phone or whatever. Sure. Okay, thanks.
Okay, let me see if this works. Okay, the device your serial number generated token is not owned by the authenticated user. So, one moment. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me do something here. MFA delete. MFA delete. Okay, enable. And then So versioning configuration status enable, MFA delete, enable, and MFA, and then IAM root account MFA device, and then, okay. So IAM MFA root account MFA device. So let me see something here. I have the ARN here. MFA trainer. So I get this guy here. And I can see here. And I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or maybe no, the code that I'm given. Okay, so that will be this should work now. It should work because I have to provide the code. XML you provided was not well formed or did not validate against a published schema. Okay, a published schema. Okay. So let me go ahead and put everything in one line. So put versioning. Okay. Bucket. Versioning configuration. Enable. MFA delete enable. And MFA, and I have to use a different code now. And here, I have to use the different code 503296. XML malform. Why am I getting XML malform? Okay. Put versioning. Oh, perhaps because I already have versioning enabled. Did I enable versioning before? No, I haven't. So let me copy this guy and see what happens. Let's see what Google tells me about this guy. Okay. So It seems that it's a very popular error, right? Very popular. I don't know what they mean by XML. I'm not using XML. So malformed XML, when coding the put bucket versioning operation, the XML you provided was not well formed or did not validate against our published schema. Okay, so status enable, MFA, delete, enable. Okay, let me do something here and remove this guy. Okay. And I have to provide another code because the code already expired. Let's see now. Still getting the same error. Okay, so I will have to do that later. That is not working.
I have a question, Professor.
Go ahead, my friend.
So like when you open the MFA, like it's turning, going around with the numbers, So what if you lose your phone, like you lost everything in your phone? Do you just have to download another one? Like for your root account. What if your phone is lost or something?
There's backup codes that you have to write down before, something like that happens. If you don't, it's a complicated process. I've had that happen before. Like, the best thing to do is you have to have a backup codes to remove the MFA from your account. Because it's the only way to bypass it. You have to remove the MFA. I had that when I was.
You can reconfigure it. So
you can do what?
Reconfigure it. You can create, let's say you lost your phone, and then what you can do is get a new phone, and then download the application for MFA, and then go to your AWS account, log in with your credentials, and reconfigure the MFA in your phone.
Or is there an option like reconfigure MFA?
Yeah, you can do.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
You can also configure this MFA on your desktop too. I think that's available too.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
So, okay, so it says here in the AWS documentation, reset a lost MFA device. So you have to follow some steps. You have to sign in. And then, okay, this is very old documentation. This is not, okay, it says here, if the authentication device associated with the AWS account is damaged, lost, stolen, or stops working, you will need to contact us at this for help with disabling AWS MFA for the account. This will allow you to temporarily sign in to AWS using just the username and password for the account.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's more complicated than just reconfiguring it, like he was saying, because that's a security issue. Anybody can do that. That's why they tell you you have to write down. There's recovery codes you can use. You have to write down before you like when you first set up the MFA in the app.
Oh, seems complicated.
It's a security thing, you know, it's an extra security layer. You can't just bypass it that easily. It's the whole reason is to protect your account.
Yeah, because for real, everybody can reconfigure.
Yeah, you can have anybody sign into your computer when you're not there, especially if you're in a public environment. And what happens if you step away to get coffee? You know, someone can screw up your stuff.
Everyone online is suggesting even AWS, calling AWS for them to disable.
Yeah, they have to disable it from your account.
Yeah, MFA is good, but it may become a pain if you lose your phone or your phone is broken or something, right? Because that code only belongs to your phone and that is linked with your AWS account, your user.
Yeah.
That's only for you guys. It's only for you. Yep, that's one of the downsides.
I've had it happen. Oh, sorry.
You did?
No, so I've had it happen when I played many games where you had to use, or I've used two-layer authentication, and I lost my phone at one time, and I had to contact the support desk for that particular gaming company I have to give them so many my credentials, like my address, you know, some like a bill that I've with the exact dollar amount that I spent on my account, and then I had to answer all these security questions to validate who I was, you know, because I could be anybody trying to hijack the account.
Yeah.
Before they disable it.
Okay, good. Guys, I'll get back to you with the MFA thing because the MFA can only be enabled from the CLI of the APIs only. You cannot enable it from the console, but at least we can enable versioning, right? And still I'm getting this problem with versioning, and I don't know why. Let me see what's wrong here. Put bucket versioning, and then bucket, my bucket name, versioning, configuration, status. Okay, probably because I'm putting enable with lowercase. Maybe. Probably that's the reason. And that's exactly the reason. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Wow.
So, okay, so this has versioning enabled. And I logged in with the trainer account. That's why I have to reload this. So now versioning is enabled. Now, probably the way that it was before was correct, but I was putting enable with lowercase. So what I'm going to do is delete the bucket, okay, and create it again. So I'm going to go ahead and say AWS S3 remove bucket, right? And say S3, this guy here, gone. Well, bucket will not be deleted. Specify an error, no such bucket. No such bucket. Did I change the name? Yes, I think I did. Yeah, Dunieski's bucket 2021. Oh, it's not the bucket. It's Dunieski's bucket. Okay. And then the bucket is deleted. Perfect. I'm going to create the bucket again. Right. The bucket is created. Let's remove forces for delete. So the bucket is created. And what happened now? Oh, okay. It's in progress. What do you mean? Okay.
Was it still deleting?
Bait bucket fail, probably, but a conflicting condition operation is currently in progress against this resource. Please try again. Okay, not a problem. Very easy. Yeah.
There you go.
Done. So now I'm going to go ahead and add encryption like I did before. Remember encryption? So I'm going to go again and do the same thing. Encryption. So I'm going to change the bucket name to this guy. So we're going to have encryption now, right? Encryption. And now we're going to go ahead and add MFA delete. Let's see if it works now. So I'm going to go ahead and say this guy here. Change it to this guy. And I'm going to go ahead and change the code. Okay. So 604-650, right? That's it. No such bucket. I didn't change the bucket name. I can't believe it. So I have to move fast because the code is about to change again. Come on. Okay. Token code invalid when calling the bucket. The serial number and a code provided is not valid. Okay. So do I have to say serial and then provide the number? Serial and then 791. If it doesn't work now, guys, I will do it later. Not device owner error when calling the Phuket device with serial number that generated that is not owned by the authenticator. Okay, don't worry. I see you later and see what happens. So for now, let us keep it that way and let us begin our